Kobe Bryant is a basketball icon whose dazzling skills on the court have left an undeniable mark on the NBA.
That's why he's the best player in the game.
But beyond the mesmerizing slam dunks and clutch shots that defined his legendary career, there's a whole other side of Black Mamba that he kept a secret. From the brutal fight with Chris Childs in 2000, sexual assault case with a 19-year-old girl, and his secret rap career, these are 10 things you didn't know about Kobe Bryant. And we're starting off strong at number 10 with Bryant's fight with Chris Childs. To give you a little background, in the late 90s and early 2000s, the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers were two of the most celebrated teams in the league. That also meant there was serious beef between the two, and whenever they met on the court, fans were ready for a showdown. When the 1999-2000 season was almost over and the Knicks visited the Lakers in an April game, things heated up after Bryant and Childs went back and forth in scoring. Both backcourts scored bucket after bucket, but it was clear that they were getting under each other's skin, and not a moment later, they decided to settle it with their fists. Childs shoved Bryant and followed it up with a subtle headbutt. Kobe then hit back with an elbow to Childs' face, but it did no harm to the Knicks guard. Childs then swung at Bryant with a 1-2 punch that landed precisely on the Lakers star's chin. Ouch! According to the 9-year NBA veteran, he and Kobe were never friends and never tried to bury the hatchet. But he did admit that they had a mutual respect for each other. While Kobe was able to bury the past here and move on, the 9th fact on this list is still a dark era in his legacy. Yes, I'm talking about the scandal that shocked the world. In 2003, Bryant found himself at the center of a storm as he was accused of sexual assault and false imprisonment by a 19-year-old hotel employee. She claimed that the NBA player had invited her to his room only for things to take a dark turn, where she was apparently held against her will and forced into a disturbing encounter. The case was a tangled web of over 350 pages of evidence, including medical reports revealing injuries consistent with her story. So when the trial finally went to court, fans thought that Kobe's career was over. Throughout the 2003-2004 season, he flew back and forth between court appearances in Colorado and games, often arriving just minutes before tip-off. After a year of constant court appearances, she decided not to testify at all. Bryant and the woman reached a settlement in the lawsuit, but they never made the details public. Although he never admitted to being guilty, the star did apologize to everyone involved and recognized the different perspectives on that night. This episode remains a haunting chapter in Kobe Bryant's life, but let's move on to the happier things in the former NBA player's life. And I'd suggest bracing yourself because number 8 will actually surprise you. The 5-time NBA champion had a secret music career. Well, almost. His attempt at becoming a rapper in 1998 came as a shock to some, but believe it or not, this wasn't a sudden leap. Kobe had been honing his rap skills since high school, even stepping into rap battles in clubs. Sony Entertainment saw potential and signed him, setting the stage for his music career. Things were looking up with an album titled Visions set for release. His lead single was called Kobe, but unfortunately it didn't quite hit the right notes and was deemed an epic fail. Sony Entertainment eventually dropped the album altogether, but hey, at least Mamba wasn't afraid to hide his creative side. Moving on to number 7. Did you know that this basketball icon spent most of his early years not in Philadelphia, but in the sun-soaked landscapes of Italy? Yep, you heard that right. When his dad Joe wrapped up his NBA career and decided to hoop it up in the Italian league, he brought the whole Bryant squad along for the adventure. Bryant Jr.'s Italian chapter lasted until he was 14, and surprise, surprise, he became fluent in Italian. In interviews, he'd often express his love for Italy, claiming it held a special place in his heart. Plus, during his time there, he fell head over heels for soccer. Imagine a world where Kobe Bryant is not on the basketball court, but dominating the soccer field. Kobe's overseas journey not only gifted him fluency in Italian, but also showcased his incredible intellect. And if his language skills and his background had surprised you, then the story behind his name will leave you amazed. Up next at number 6, let's uncover the secret behind Kobe. Sure, you knew Kobe had a unique first name, but his middle name is just as quirky. The tale kicks off in August 1978, when Joe and Pam welcomed their third child, a boy. They named him Kobe, not after some distant relative, but after the famous beef of Kobe, Japan. Why, you ask? Well, it happened to be the name of their favorite restaurant. But hold on, it gets even more interesting, because they decided that his middle name would be Bean, and it had nothing to do with veggies. Bean was a nod to his father's nickname, Jelly Bean Joe Bryant, who was quite the baller himself. But here's the kicker. While Jelly Bean was a slam dunk of a nickname for his dad during his Philadelphia 76ers days, Kobe's middle name, Bean, was never officially recorded. Bryant's middle name was not on his birth certificate or any other official documents because it was never properly recorded. Moving on to the top 5, it's safe to say that his early life was far from average, and as it turns out, so was his high school life. While most teens were nervously asking their school crush to prom, Black Mamba had a different game plan. At the age of 17, Kobe skipped the typical high school crush scenario and aimed for the stars. He boldly asked the singer and songwriter Brandy to be his prom date. And guess what? She said yes. Apparently, the two had crossed paths at the 1996 Essence Awards. And you know what makes this pair even sweeter? Brandy hadn't experienced her own prom, so Kobe's invitation was the perfect fit for both of them. But if you thought that was this NBA player's only encounter with A-listers, then prepare to be blown away by the next fact on this list. At number 4, we have his run-in with MJ. According to the memoir 11 Rings, The Soul of Success, when they first crossed paths before a Lakers vs. Bulls game in the 1999-2000 season, the fearless Kobe told Jordan, "You know, I could kick your ass one-on-one." Talk about confidence. While he may not have actually followed through on that statement, Kobe's career is iconic, and that's probably why the third fact on this list is that he's the only player to have 2 retired jersey numbers. Bryant wore the number 8 for the first decade of his career, a period where he aimed to prove himself. But in a bold move before the 2006-07 season, he switched to the number 24. He said that 24 showed growth, maturity, marriage, kids, and a broader perspective as one of the older players on the team. It was a symbolic evolution in his life and career. Kobe's impact with the Los Angeles Lakers was so monumental that the team retired both the number 8 and number 24 jerseys he wore during his time there. Winning 3 titles with the number 8 and 2 with the number 24, Kobe's legacy was immortalized. After his tragic passing, the Dallas Mavericks also paid their respects by retiring his number 24 jersey. To make matters even more emotional, at number 2 we have his heartfelt poem titled Dear Basketball. In 2015, as he bid farewell to his basketball career, Kobe penned a poem talking about his emotional journey. It took him back to the roots of his love for the sport, starting as a 6-year-old boy. The poem touched the hearts of many and was transformed into a short film by the legendary Disney animator Glenn Keane, earning the 2018 Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film. But his impact goes well beyond the court, and that's why, at number 1, we have to talk about his philanthropic efforts. In 2012, he joined a fundraiser for Stand Up to Cancer, raising an incredible $80 million for cancer research. He was also actively involved in NBA Cares, helping build homes and basketball courts, supporting food pantries, and promoting reading initiatives. Kobe dedicated his time to the Boys and Girls Club of America, leaving a lasting impact through basketball camps. His kindness extended to working with sick kids through the Make-A-Wish initiative, bringing brightness to their lives. Beyond his basketball skills, Kobe's legacy is defined by his commitment to helping others, showing a caring spirit that touched hearts and inspired millions all over the globe. So there you have it. This was a breakdown of 10 things you didn't know about Kobe Bryant. From his shaky relationship with his family to his philanthropic work during his life, which fact about Black Mamba surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.